He's back at zero power again. But this is the best stage for recovery because you can just bump these snakes and you will get the bombs back. And then there will be the labyrinth part where you get like 1,000,000 power-ups.
Seems like the worms have a lot more health on this loop.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe it's just because
but
he's
he
a
also has
power.
he has less power too. But I
Yeah.
think they must also have more health. It's pretty normal in Toaplan that things will have more health in the next loops.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's tricky.
He doesn't want to bomb them, he just wants to get more bombs.
Right.
He's playing it pretty risky. But
It's kind of
normally
funny.
you can just...
Go ahead.
You can say. Okay, normally you can do this part very easily because whenever those worms come, you can just bomb and you will get another bomb. So if you don't care about the score, this is a very easy section.
I was gonna say it's kind of interesting. You know, normally in shooting games you have there's a lot of worm enemies kind of recurring throughout the genre, but they're all the shmup snake or whatever. But usually it's like it's an enemy that almost becomes an environmental obstacle, and usually it like weaves around you and you have to navigate within it. Whereas here you're kind of doing the opposite, like intentionally trying to stay outside of its path and just kill it like before it has the chance to do that. And it's never really long enough to become like a stage element like that. I just think it's kind of an interesting take on the more traditional like shooting game snake enemy.
Yeah.
So do these guys just not shoot at you or something? Because I noticed those guys were just hanging out.
Yeah, those guys never shoot much, but I think they actually do shoot in this loop, but not very often.
He's like, yo, what's up?
Wow.
This part is just to give you 1,000,000 bumps. It's always like this.
That's great.
It's pretty weird because this stage is the easiest stage to die in because you will get everything you ever need here. So it goes with the theme that the loop gets easier when you get further. The first stages are the hardest.
Yeah, so there's the super burner.
I just can't see that name without, for some reason I think of Metal Slug like Super Burner. Oh, we should do an episode on Metal Slug sometime. That'd be fun. God,
Would be
it's a
fun.
great series. Yeah, I don't know who the hell would comment on it, but a great series. So
I know a few people who have cleared it, so you could probably get them on or something.
I know a
Yeah,
guy
I've been
who's
working on
beaten
it.
one of the games.
next year for a while.
In the chat there's discussion about the walls. No, you won't die from the walls, but every pit in this game you can fall into them, so they are like deadly walls in shmups.
Okay, gotcha.
Like that.
This section seems like
probably
it's
the
way
main
harder
chat
to
in-
loop here.
Yeah, this is like a shooting game. But the labyrinth with the elevators and things, the main hazard there is actually falling into the pits because that will kill you if you're not careful.
So is this the final stage? Or
There's
it
one
is.
more.
oh, there's one more. Okay.
Oh yes, I think that's right. It's not the final stage. If you have to go right in the middle there to have the side shot hit all of those guys. But if you do, you can do it easily. This next, but that guy that comes from the bottom left, that's pretty annoying. You have to remember it's there. The easiest is just to keep on running and that guy will go off screen. But if you don't remember he's there, he might get you by surprise. And as for the chat, the loop is, I think it's 20 minutes if you play it fast. This guy takes 25 minutes, but he plays it pretty slowly. This guy kinda stops in the end of loop 6, but this guy also scores really well. I think you have to do like 7 loops if you bump more.
Wow, so he makes a pretty significant improvement then.
Yeah, this guy scores really well. He doesn't bump much, that's it. You can make a lot of paths easier here if you just use a lot of bumps. Like the snake path.
Yeah.
Bombs in this game are really good because they do a lot of damage and they clear the screen and they hit everything.
That grenade. So
Man,
the grenade,
that's evil.
and it doesn't explode if it hits a wall. That's like even more disorienting for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but at the same time,
Yeah, it explodes only when it comes to the same horizontal line with you.
Oh, really? That's peculiar.
I see. So it's specifically designed to mess you up. Like if you keep moving up or down, it'll kill you.
Yeah, because
Other-
the explosion doesn't shoot straight to the left or straight to the right, so if you don't move, it will not hurt you.
It's like the points of a hexagon, like radiating outwards.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like here I usually bump there and then when the bump is exploding I just run through and it's pretty easy. But this guy doesn't want to use a bump there because it would lose some points for him. Pardon me.
So this, that spread's much wider on this.
Yeah, I was about to say. Looks a lot more dangerous.
I'm not sure it's wider, but it's faster at least.
So this is just manipulating the enemy to always do the same thing?
Yeah, you have to be careful with the punch because you have to make it punch from one side and then run to the other side. Then the punch can reach you, but it's pretty hard if you want to do that. It's also really hard if you don't have a speed up. I think it's possible in the later loops too, but you really have to be quick.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be really tricky.
It might also be that you have to bomb if you don't have a speed up, and that would suck.
Yeah, that didn't look like you could actually do that if you didn't have it.
Yeah, it might
Wow,
just
those
barely be
turrets.
possible.
Those are some angry turrets.
This is also a part where you really want to speed up.
Right.
You can just do this. Or this. Here, again, guys from the bottom. That's why you use the bomb.
Yeah.
Yikes. these guys again. This is the best strategy.
That's really silly.
It's incredibly silly, but it's so much fun.
It took me a while to notice that you can do that. I used to have the bubbles up there and I tried to shoot them around the corner very carefully. And they might actually kill you if you try to do that. It was pretty fun when I noticed that you can also do that and don't care about anything.
Oh yeah, this is the section I was thinking of because it's like the same background.
Yeah.
Oh
but
yeah, and just
purple
slow
and metal
scrolling.
stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many kinds of these basic popcorn guys. Like these guys here, they can shoot in more angles than 8. Probably 16.
And there's no way to tell which one's which. You just have to know.
Yeah, I think they're different color.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's like they use those more angles in later stages. I'm not really sure.
Huh.
But it looks like these guys will shoot at 16 angles.
Right. We have the award-winning strat again.
I'm pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
I didn't use
Fantastic.
this. I actually dodged some of the stuff that it shoots.
Is that actually really hard if you don't just bomb him out?
Well, you can just bomb it a lot. It's pretty hard if you don't bomb at all because it has many attacks and it does these swords that go down and they hit a very large area.
Huh.
It's really hard without bombs.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Jamer
You know what?
that's a great comment. Jamer says he likes how enemies run away from you, and that's, yeah, pretty much that.
I'm not really seeing much difference in loop 6 and loop 5, so it
Yeah,
might
I mean,
be
I
that
don't-
difficulty tops here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think we have to keep going unless there's something else you guys feel like to talk about with this game. In which case, absolutely, let's do it. We still have a little bit more time.
Not really.
All right. Well, in that case, are there any kind of questions or comments from chat that need addressing? Let's give people a few, a minute or two to kind of respond to that. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, stick them in there, and we'll answer them if we can. Yeah. So.
Now that I look at it, these guys shoot at 16 angles too. It might just be the green guys in stage 4 that shoot 8 angles.
Okay.
Maybe I should have paid
So-
more attention. Go on.
Toaplan forever. Yep. So remind me, Trap 15. So you haven't cleared this
No, I haven't.
even once,
No.
even one loop. Okay, and then Erppo, you did that awesome 5 loop run.
Yeah, I think it's 5 loops, yeah.
Was that a
Game over at the first stage of the 6th loop.
okay?
The score was like 7 million, so it's a lot less than what this guy has.
Wow, yeah, that's a
This
pretty
guy-
significant
Yeah.
difference.
I'm pretty surprised how well this guy scores.
Toaplan confirmed for Yandere. That's pretty adorable, really. I'm just not gonna say anything. All right. Well, on that note, it doesn't seem like we have any more meaningful comments from chat. So, thank thank you guys so much for tuning in. Trap and Erppo, thank you guys for coming on to comment for this episode. It was great to have you here.
Yeah.
Hey, Frenetic,
Thanks for the
where'd you
invite.
go?
I'm back. Yeah, thanks for coming on, especially Erppo
Yeah.
and Trap 15. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thanks.
All right. With that, thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time.
See ya.
Until next time, guys.
Later.
But